I guess it stems back, like obviously you guys made the big trip and the decision to come over to the United States. Other than money, was there a real reason why the United States was on the map? Like,
For me, like I just wanted to experience kind of a new thing. I'd played in Europe for like 2 years, and I'd always wanted to move to America, whether it was Rocket League, whether it was tennis, or whether it was just in general. So this was just an opportunity to do it. And we're young. I was 18. Well, I was actually 19 one day after my birthday when I moved, and I was like, why not? You know, I'd regret it if I didn't have the chance and take it. You know, so
I mean, it's worked out.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, for me, it's like money's always better than North America, but I don't know. It was definitely a big change, to be honest. Kind of scary. I always knew I was going to play in North America, and now it's like I can't get kicked for language barriers, you know. So I'm chilling.
Yeah, that's true.
It's happened too many times, man. It's, I mean, you've been through the ringer, which is kind of scary. I mean, we've obviously seen, like, Jack, obviously I know the ins and outs of your contract. That's not something I'm going to share on here. Like, to go from almost retirement to where you're at now is going to feel pretty incredible. I guess culturally, like, obviously the United States is different. But you guys started in Toronto on behalf of Shopify.
Yeah,
remember
Shopify.
you're doing facility.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. Like, you go out, you explore the city. You kind of see what stuff is about. Jack, I don't know if that's the same for you, but the differences between even Europe and Toronto, Europe and NA, major things that you're like.
Toronto was pretty similar, I feel like, to the UK.
Yeah, it
London.
was. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Honestly, like, I was super ungrateful at the time because I used to complain about it constantly. But like looking back on it now, it's like, wow, you know, that place, it was great. You know, I shouldn't have took it for granted.
Yeah. We're both in Austin, and
He's not the biggest fan.
I'm not the biggest fan right now. I think in September I'll be gone.
New state.
New state or to Canada. But yeah, Texas right now it's not doing it for me.
What about it?
It's just like, I don't even know. Like I think it's like, I don't drive, so you need a car to live there. You need a car, and so you have to Uber everywhere. And I like the weather, but apart from that, it's just a bit like everything.
It's the same.
It's the same.
Very repetitive.
It doesn't look like a city. Like
No,
for me,
it
it just doesn't feel like a city.
Yeah.
Whereas like Toronto felt like a city, London feels like a city, New York feels like, you know, these have such big city vibes, and Austin isn't that.
Same for you?
Yeah, there's not much individuality in Austin, to be honest.
It's very boring. There's not much there. There's really not
I
much
would
there.
say southern hospitality, great. Everyone's like lovely, you know. I love getting cost sugar, you know, all that stuff by the older
Sure you
women.
do. Sure you do.
Yeah, man. And obviously the nice weather, but
Yeah, the weather's lovely.
aside from that, it's like it's standard, you know.
They're bringing in a lot of people
Yeah.
there. A lot of people are realizing how expensive West Coast is. So like productions and stuff
I
like
mean,
that.
Central's becoming more and more expensive.
Austin's actually more expensive than I thought it would be.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's
so-
set up. I know you guys are living the high life. I know Genji's treating you quite well, so
Yeah.
I'm glad things are going well. But reality of it is, obviously, it's not going to last forever.
Yeah.
Are you guys putting efforts into, like, obviously your channel's continuing to do well. You're putting in time in that. Do you guys have other like passions, hobbies? Like, obviously, I know you're super in fashion. Like, do you guys have things that can take that next step? Like,
I've obviously got YouTube like that I'm quite passionate about, but I don't know. I don't know my place in esports. I don't know if it's there forever. I don't even know if it's there in 2 years. Not gonna lie.
well, that's esports, right?
Yeah, even if I had the choice, like it's a weird industry. It's not one that I want to stay in for a long time. I don't like it, but it's very immature. I think that's the one thing I hate. It's really immature. It's also very volatile, and it's not somewhere secure.
Yeah.
So I don't
security is definitely like the one thing that's on my mind quite often.
So how do you change that? Like, how do we control that narrative? Like, if you talk about it's immature, this and that, like, how do we fix that?
By being good role models towards like the new and up and coming players, which I think is sort of happening more and more.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely it's okay. It's not like the most immature, but I think the scene is too new for us, people like us who are getting in super early. I mean, it's what, esports 30 max, 30 years old, 20 if you're realistic, and it's a scene that new, which attracts such young people. I don't know if it can become mature.
So you say that. I'm 32 this year.
Yeah.
So esports obviously encompasses a lot more than just being a player.
I don't think age like I don't think it's completely relevant to maturity though. Like,
Yeah, oh, I agree.
Yeah, so it definitely attracts older people too. Not saying you're old, but
I'm a boomer in this industry.
yeah, I know.
So
yeah, that's the point.
Yeah.
30,
I'm getting there, man.
30. Yeah, he's on his last legs. I'm joking.
I mean, it's wild because like I've had this conversation with some of the contract work I've been doing lately, and they're like, why don't esports players survive longer? I'm like, yeah, obviously there's the mechanical side of things of Rocket League, and it is very intensive. It's also just you get burnt out.
You
Like,
just do.
motivation,
It's
for
motivation.
sure.
Yeah.
You're inside.
Yeah.
No, we're not meant to be inside. Like humans, we're not meant to be inside. I hate being inside all the time.
So what do you do when you go outside?
I mean, I don't.
Why?
Because if you want to be the best, you can't.
Yeah, you can't. Yeah.
So my question then is to think long term. What sacrifices are you making now that you're going to not only, like, obviously we know you're grinding, you're doing everything, that's why you guys are at the top, that's why you guys are doing what you're doing, but what things are you doing now for your own sake and sanity, or are you just putting all those things aside so you can be as effective as now as possible?
Yeah, I'm putting it aside. And it doesn't mean that I'm sad or anything. I'm perfectly happy with what I'm doing. I love it. But I'm also being realistic. Like anyone who's a professional and anyone who's at the top echelon of whatever they're doing, it's not a healthy lifestyle in any industry. It's not meant to be. We shouldn't try to encourage it to be really healthy because it's not possible. If you really want to be the best, someone you have to put a healthy amount of hours into it and a healthy amount of obsession into it. So yeah, I'm not doing anything to try and counter that because I think if you do, you fall.
Yeah, for me, I know like what works for me. You know, I like going outside. I like to spend money on clothes. You know, I like to go on dates. Those sorts of things get me in a good.
We'll dive into that as a follow-up.
Yeah, so, those things, you know, they get me in a good mood for games.
Sure they do.
And shut up, man. And yeah, I mean, for me, like I'm a mood player. You know, if I'm happy, you'll know about it.
Oh, yeah.
You know, I'll make the difference. But if I'm not doing, you know, the greatest, that'll be a detriment as well.
Dates.
Yeah, man.
Any fun stories? Any one you're willing to share? Do you have a memorable date from Toronto or Austin that you're willing to let the people know about? You can not say names.
I'm trying to think back to what I know. I don't really know much from you.
No, to be honest, I'm like, I don't know. It's like it's the same thing all the time. You know, I'm not really doing anything for no relationships. Things happen. I'm just chilling, living life. I'm a young guy, you know, in a new city, exploring, living life.
That's a very PC way of saying that. I appreciate it.
Yeah, that's a crazy answer. That can be perfectly translated.
Shut up.
Not trying to get you in any trouble, man. That's
That's not anything to get in trouble.
No, that's
yeah.
nothing. Look, if it comes down to it, I could be a lot worse. You know.
Yeah,
very true.
I could say much more, but.
Good answer. I guess for you guys, obviously you got a lot for the event still left to go, but any exciting things you guys are looking to do post winter?
No.
Not trying to take any risks in Bali again?
Oh my god, that was a crazy time. Holiday was so bad. It was good. It had its good parts, but overall that was like worst timed holiday. Worst things could have happened. Like that was nuts.
I had to just sit back and watch.
Yeah, I was up at like 5 a.m. trying to sort out teams because the time difference was crazy.
Yeah, everybody goes to Bali. Is like my life got threatened, but it was great.
Yeah.
Basically, the contrast of it.
Yeah, I mean it was okay. It's not my it's not my country. It's not my country.
It's very country.
Indonesia now. No. I'm sure I'd go back again, but not with a group of guys. I think.
I think it's more of a if you have a bunch of couples to go.
It's like a couple, yeah. It's a couple, I think it's a couple's holiday. You can definitely make it good with guys, but like, it's a bit weird. Nothing too much after winter. Grinding, making sure we're at the top, finishing off the season strong.
I was looking at holidays, you know, they're like Bahamas or Jamaica, but it'd be cutting it way too close to the third split. So I think I'm gonna go home, you know, do what I normally do, like I said before. And
Go on dates.
Yeah, and have fun. I'll
Go on date with me.
Yeah, we can go on a few dates.
Nice.
And
You guys gonna bring Chronic? I know he's not local, but
Nah,
I mean, I don't do no fly. I'll fly no one else. That's not me.
Yeah. Nah, he's too far away.
poor guy.
Yeah.
He's missing on all the fun.
Unfortunate for him.
We'll set them up. We'll
we're gonna-
Yeah, we'll
get a
FaceTime
camera.
him.
Yeah,
Cool.
FaceTime him, put
That'd
him
be
on
cute.
the sides.
Yeah.
We'll put earmuffs on Chronic,
Yeah.
but like, how's he been? Just as a teammate, like, obviously you guys took a risk.
Yeah.
Like, obviously the two-piece Chronic separation has been very fruitful for him. But as a teammate, as a young kid, like, it seems like he relies on you guys a lot.
Yeah. Yeah, he's young. He's a very young 17-year-old. I think.
I'd say we're like his mum and dad.
Yeah.
At times. we definitely. I'd say you're more like his dad.
Yeah.
Quite stern.
Yeah.
I tend to baby him a bit more.
He's not, he's nicer to. No, he always says it as well. Like I can be a bit like harsh on him.
No, but you're saying the hard truth, you know.
Yeah.
Whereas, I don't wanna step on his toes, get in the way.
Right.
So.
He's gonna make his own mistakes.
But honestly, like he's grew up in a perfect family, so he's a very well raised kid.
Yeah.
He obviously shows his immaturity at times, but like.
It's immaturity in the sense that it's not immaturity as in like, wow, he's being stupid. It's more. It's more of an innocent. It's more of an innocence to the real world, I think.
Yeah, like at the end of the day, he is 17.
Yeah, he's a 17-year-old kid that works in esports.
Yeah, that's
like
not,
he's never had a real job.
And think about COVID.
Yeah.
COVID was in his, some of the biggest years of kind of.
His social life.
Yeah, and stuff like that. So
for sure.
Yeah, I think any 17-year-old right now, especially ones in esports, are going to be quite young, almost younger than their age. But he's very, like, it's weird. I always say he's like me. Like, I was like him, very kind of, not immature, but like innocent to the real world when I was that age, but very mature in how he handles things and how he speaks
sense.
in a professional way.
Yeah. Emotional maturity isn't there, but he has a good head on his shoulders.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, 100% exactly that, yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
He's a good kid. I like him a lot.
And as much as like how I say it, like I am proud of him as well.
Yeah.
Like, for him to like join this team without a bunch of pressure on him and to perform, it's like, I don't think anybody else who we would have picked up would have done the same.
Yeah, I agree.
Appreciate it as always. Before I close it out, anything on your chest? Anything you want to say? Any things that you've been holding down that you're just like, I got a place to say it. Let me say it.
Nothing from there.
I could say a few things, but I'm gonna keep the karma good, so I'll wait.
Keep it for Twitter.
No, I'll keep it for the field.
Good answer. Cool. Simple as that. Obviously, you guys know who the fuck I am. It's pretty straightforward. Or you can ego me. I don't give a shit.